In this video, we're going to talk about working with archived email within Outlook Web Access, or as it's often called, OWA. So you'll see I've got OWA open, and I've got several emails in my inbox, some archived, some not. Best way to tell whether something is archived or not is one of two different ways. If it's got an attachment, you'll notice an archived email, even in OWA, has an undetermined attachment type, and it's also 1 kilobyte. That means it's an archived email. The second way to find out is through the MetaLogix Archive Manager plugin. Now this is installed by default on any client that uses Archive Manager. If I click on that, you'll notice that it specifically gives me the option to restore, preview, or search. If I click preview, this will open up the archived email as if it were a full-on email. We've got access to the body of the email, we've got access to the PDF directly, and we've got reply all, forward, print, all the options you would normally have. Now I'll close that up. And you'll also notice that even without the archive preview, we've still got options to look at the body of the email and work with the body of the email within OWA just as is without having to work with a preview at all. Using the plugin, we can also restore this email from archive to a full email. We'll click on restore, we'll get an option. Do we want to restore it? Are we sure? And we are. So we'll let that restore. And once it's been restored, we'll see that this email has actually been restored fully into Exchange. We've got the full access to the email here, the email attachment and the body, all the other options we would normally have. Now let's click on another email for a second. I'll find one that has never been archived. So this one has been exchanged the whole time, has never been archived. You'll notice that in the plugin, we also have the option to, of course, go the other direction and archive this email. So I can click on that and I can archive it. And away it goes. You'll also notice that we have the option in here to search. And if we click on search, we'll open up a web-based search dialog. That's the same as in all of our other locations. Now we'll just click on search and search for Exchange. And this will allow us to look through archived email specifically and preview anything we need to take a look at within the archive itself. So I'm just going to close that up. And on a final note, I wanted to point out that it's not limited to OWA specifically, this MetaLogix plugin. If we open up OWA, or not OWA, but Outlook rather, Outlook client itself, we'll notice that on an archived email, we've still got access to this plugin right here. And we have the same options that we would have in OWA to preview, restore, search, or archive a non-archived email. And the last thing to note would be that all of this is accessible for any client that's got Archive Manager installed. So if your user can archive or restore, they've got access to this function.